Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode number 16 of the AniGains podcast. I am your host, Mr. Cam's Fitness, and joined again, you already know, Mr. Noah Campbell, Mr. Qais Butt. Gentlemen, how's it hanging? How's it hanging, boys?
It is hanging. Things are good over here. I've got my what's his name? Ghetto here, not GH. I've got
Yeah,
Ghetto Jujutsu
not Qais,
Kaisen. The
yeah.
trim's going on.
Yeah.
But life's good, man. Life's good. Training's never been better. I'm also a very heavy piggy at the moment, so we're
How much you
shifting.
weighing?
201 as of this morning. And we've been having a debate as of who's the tallest and who's the shortest. And Kez is the shortest, but
I am not the shortest.
201 at my really tall height, I'm not going to complain at that. But what about you, Kez?
Firstly, I'm not the shortest. I'm somewhere in between.
Photo. Get the photo up.
Somewhere in between 180 and 181 centimeters, which is about 5'11". Noah isn't that tall. I've stood next to Noah before.
We're getting the photo up.
This photo, once Cam gets it up, right?
I'm sorry.
There's something which isn't exactly fair about this photo.
Also, I should say that you're stood closer to the camera in the photo.
No.
Yeah, it does.
The thing is, I'm half squatted as well. I'm not I'm not extending my knees.
I'm stood further back. There we are.
So you can see Noah. If you zoom in on the shoes, it's reminiscent of that of Buggy the Clown from One Piece.
Okay, all right.
Everybody's getting smaller, mate.
Everybody's gonna have to use their best imagination because
you're gonna see that I'm actually barefoot and Kez has got big fuck off.
Fair,
right?
You're both your shoes are both equally elevated. I think
they are not right.
I'll come to your defense here, Kez. You were stood for a long period of time doing the posing seminar. Your spine's probably a little bit more compressed. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you're probably a little faded.
Listen, I was on a flight. I compressed in that flight.
All right. Well, we will see this weekend because myself and Noah will both be at the PCA show this weekend. We're going to take our shoes off. We're going to take our socks off.
That's all we're doing.
Yeah. Free foot pics from both of us. And we're going to take a picture together and see who's taller.
All right. How are you, Cam?
Yeah, man.
Me? I thought you said Kez.
Well, yeah, Kez and Cam.
Yeah. Well, Kez, you wanna go first?
Yeah, man. Very good. Very, very good. So, since we last gave an update on ourselves, I have ran 2 posing seminars. So the first one was my own one in Leeds. Went really well. Really good group of lads. All wanting to improve the posing. So, yeah, went off without a hitch. And then last weekend, or the weekend just gone, was actually with the WMBF. So massive thank you to Steph for putting that on. So it was like one sort of big studio area where people from bodybuilding, men's physique, bikini, figure, were all in one room and we're all just posing together. Sort of split off into separate sections. So that was pretty cool. I don't know if you know the lad who did the bodybuilding. You know Corey? The WMBF Pro guy, very good classic physique athlete. Like, he was just stripped off immediately, and I was like, "Oh, right, you look about 8 weeks out." I was like, I'm just keeping my shirt on at this point now. Like, I'm just gonna look at an absolute bag of milk next to this guy, and he was jacked as well. So yeah, that was good. Really good group of lads. A massive thanks to Miss Steph Noble for inviting me over, and yeah, really good day. So other than that, training's been absolutely unreal. Like, I can't remember the last time I've had a run for this long, like a good few weeks now, where everything's just been flying. Weights come up as well. So was 202 pounds this weekend. Sorry, this morning, 202, which is the heaviest I've been for a good while. I think the heaviest I've ever been was 205 pounds, I think. But I was like a lot softer than I am now. I'm like pretty soft now, but I was fat then.
What was your peak, Cam?
240 pounds.
Yeah, it was in. Do you want to get the reel up?
Yeah,
Yeah, fine, fuck it. Yeah, alright.
we should all get. Oh no, I was gonna say we should all get our peak
Oh,
weight.
crap.
Mine is awful. I got to 211, and I was just a bag of fucking milk.
Working absolutely fine earlier. It's like, you go to, like, present the shit. Okay, here we go. Yeah, sick. So, yeah, that was me, peak,
Oh, it's kind of frozen. Oh, there we got it.
peak big boy to peak drop there.
That's it.
Um,
Is basically
I
just
fuck with the
before,
shorts.
before and after mewing.
Yeah, these are Thai boxing shorts. Yeah, literally one posing session with Kez was the before and after. I didn't even step on the treadmill actually. Yeah,
That's it.
Like Kez just taught me how to pose properly, and then I got really jacked.
Posing slots available.
Yeah, man, posing slots available. Use code CAMS when signing up with Kez, and then I'm gonna ask Kez to basically like lend me some money. I don't have a commission. I'm just a bit Kez. Can you send me a $5? That guy signed up. But yeah, no. As for myself, man, like same as these boys. Training's fucking flying. Like it's really cool to see. I think there was a stint of time where, like a couple of previous AniGains ago, I'd say probably about 6 whole AniGains podcasts ago, where training was really good for myself, but it was really shit for both the other boys. And I almost wanted to ask, like, what has been the difference? What's made the shift? Why are things now good as opposed to being so crap in the space of like what, like a month and a half, 2 months?
Do you want to go, Noah?
Yeah, I'll go. So there's a bunch of different things to be fair. But I think the main thing for me was just like my mentality going into the gym. I've started putting a lot more pressure on myself, which oftentimes is like the opposite of what you should do if you're not enjoying things. But I know that I respond quite well to having deadlines. Like naturally, I was always I'll leave everything till last minute, and then I'm like, fuck, I need to do it, and I'll pull out my A game, and it'll be cushy. So that was me always in uni and school. So I decided like I need to put more pressure, like really set myself some goals. And I've just been a lot stricter with myself in terms of the competitive aspirations for next year. And where I want to be, the physique I want to have, the look I want to bring, and the muscle that I want to have. And I think that's then spilled into my training. I'm now using music that's just I'm going so passionate into all my movements. Like I've never been this switched on when it comes to any single movement. Like for example, the upper session I filmed and put on my Instagram, I've never touched a single one of those numbers in my life. Like the low row, I'm trying to chase down 5 plates a side, which I remember trying to get to 3, and 3 was a struggle. First time I ever touched that machine, I was in like 30 kg, like a plate and a half a side, and now I'm about to go for 90 tomorrow. So things are going really fucking well. I think it's just a combination of really like scaring myself with my goals and then making sure my actions reflect that, but then also in turn being able to use things like my music to just get so much more out of me. Like I couldn't tell you how much fucking Nickelback, Limp Bizkit, and Evanescence I've listened to in the last couple of weeks. Like my Spotify Wrapped is going to be mental, just as one spike of music. But I can't complain. I'm loving the gym. Some nights I'm struggling getting to sleep. I've like got goosebumps. I was up until maybe like 1 a.m. I've got a laptop next to me. I'm just watching these like I remember typing in on YouTube Shorts like hammer strength incline press to see what other people were getting, so I can be like, right, okay, this random fucking guy in I don't know, Ohio or Cleveland was pressing 3 plates, right? That number's getting fucking done in next time. That's getting done in tomorrow. And that feeling, I've not had that in my life. So right now, I'm just riding this as long as I can do. It's been like 2 months since my training's starting to get a bit better now. And the last 2 months, each session's just getting better, and getting better. So yeah, pretty fucking exciting. What were you kids?
Yeah, man, that's wicked. Mine's actually very different actually, because like, you know how you said your mindset in the gym has shifted. Like mine hasn't really changed at all, which makes it even weirder. Like for me, it's more of a physiological thing, I think. In that obviously we talked about like I've had a few, let's just say, hormonal issues over the last few months, which have yeah, seriously hampered my progress in the off season and everything. And I think, well, I did like a retest of some of those markers, and I saw that they were moving in the right direction, which is good.
Nice.
More recently, and I think a big part of that is going full time. Like I think going full time has just like subconsciously like alleviated like a massive burden I felt on me, like with so much going on in my life, and then just having that like that sigh, that relief, that that yeah, I'm doing what I want to do. I'll have less stress in terms of my time and everything, and that now has just translated to these health markers getting a lot better. And then yeah, I'm applying myself exactly the same way in the gym as I did before. Everything feels lighter. Everything's like just flying. Every session, I know I'm gonna like be get a few reps up or increase the load and be stronger. And it's like that's the best feeling when you just know it's on every single session and it's just flying. It's such a good feeling. Like I don't even need to like crazily hype myself up. I'm listening to Ice Cream. If we'll get onto that every session, like with the Ruby Chan and the girls. And I'm PRing everything with that. So yeah, man, it's I cannot complain at all. I'm once as with Noah, I'm just riding the wave, and I think it's reflecting in my physique now as well. Like I had a period where like I was just melting away. I was literally getting fatter and smaller, and I'm like, is this actually me? Like, it was embarrassing to look at some of my. I actually sent Cam some shots a few months ago or a month or two ago, and I was like, yeah, that's just not me. I've gotten smaller since.
Don't want me to pull them up now.
Nah, not yet. Not yet. Maybe when I make like an epic transformation, when I get like absolutely jacked, I'll post a transformation. I'm like, yeah, that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, like I'm more like, okay, this is what I should look like in an off season now, with the fullness in the upper body, like the arms, the delts, the back especially. I completely lost my back for some reason.
I saw your back shot that you posted today, and like. I remember before you hit like a back relax like the WNBF, and it was like actually so hollow. Like there was not like really like any lines or detail in. There was like a semblance of shape, but that was just more so was just like how you were inserted. And I was like, mate, this guy's a fucking pro. Like something has gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Like when I look at you now, I'm like, oh fuck, like it's on. Like that's
like
actually...
I know when it's on. I have a good back. Like I know what I look like when I'm shredded and I have a good back. It is quite dramatic, my V taper, and it does pop quite a lot. So yeah, man, it just feels good to be like feel like myself again now, and that everything's moving in the right direction. So yeah, man, very positive for all the AniGains boys. I'm just trying to think of an arc which would translate, an anime arc which translates to where we're at now at the minute.
Any training arc, literally. Training arc, like
this is the Hashira training arc.
Hashira training arc.
Like all of us are like basically like off-season prepping for. We all have shows next year, so like and all of our goals. This will be Kez's first pro season. Noah is like this is going to be like you've had a bit of stage experience before, but this is like your first season.
Yeah. That isn't just you like testing the waters.
Yeah. People know who you are now, and like there's I don't want to say an element of pressure that comes with that, but like
No, for sure. Like when I stepped on stage, my only post on my Instagram was my stage photos afterwards. Like the first post I ever posted on my Instagram was my photos from the stage. I had no posts. I posted a few things on my story, but like I fucking hate social media anyway. So before this was my job, I didn't really post on it. But I like that. I like having that bit more because it means I'm having to get held up to higher standards, and I have to hold myself to them as well. It's like one of the things that I was just thinking there was another thing. I stopped thinking of myself as just a coach. And I think whenever I was in a bit more of a not so great place with mentally, where things weren't moving the way I wanted them to, and motivation for training and the gym just wasn't there, I definitely started to look at myself as more of just a coach rather than I'm still an athlete. I need to remember that, and reminding myself every single day, like I get to do this. I'm an athlete. Like this is my job, and I get to do it for my passion project. Like it's fucking cool. So yeah, everything's like the way I view everything regarding the gym, training, just it's fucking class at the moment.
Excellent.
Yeah, no.
Boys, do we have concrete goals for next season?
No.
Oh, putting them out there.
Yeah, put them out there.
You boys go first. You guys have got bigger goals than me. I'll go first. My aspiration is to get a top 3 in a regional show in men's physique. I think that it'll be a struggle, but I think that it would be good to be able to see where I am. Obviously, I'll be juniors, so we'll see where it goes. But that's where I want to be. I think that am I there yet? No, obviously, but I want to put on a whole lot more tissue whilst I still can, and see where I line up next year. Because if I can continue training the way things are going just now in a year's time, you never know.
I was literally just about to say that. You were like, am I there just now? No, not really. And I was like, no, I don't know, bro. Like, you're pretty fucking strong. And, like, looking at your shape in, like, some of those men's physique photos, like, I understand, like, you're a little bit softer. But, bro, like, the structure is there. Like, if you, like you say, if you continue doing the shit you're doing now, like, especially, like, bro, we just watched that fucking reel. That I if you would have looked at me last year and been like, oh, yeah, that junior there is not going to get beaten.
Yeah.
You'd be like, fuck off, bro. Like...
I was like that when I was posing you earlier. I was like, all right, we've said this before. I'll be like, yeah, if he can get a top 3, I'll be really happy.
No, who knows? Like, you'll fucking surprise yourself. Like, yeah, yeah, man. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think for myself, it's sort of a compound.
Say it.
Yeah, put it out there. Put it out there.
Okay, all right. I want a sword next year. Next year, I want to win the overall at PCA London. I'm coming for that. I want a PCA Pro card as well. I don't know where I'm going to get it. Fucking British Finals, Worlds, Universe, Netherlands. I don't care. I want one of those. I want to do a PCA Pro show. I want to see where I line up. Because realistically, I believe if you are good enough to be a PCA Pro, you have a very good standing chance in a Two Bros lineup, in like an NPC IFBB Pro qualifying lineup. You'll do quite well. Like, look at like quite a lot of like the PCA pros who have just turned pro. Joshua Tees, natural IFBB Pro. Gerald Alavazo. I think Ike will probably get his pro card this year as well. Fildo, for example, Matt Parker. These are all guys who, in these IFBB lineups, Samson Bolovins, you look at any of these guys, they do not look out of place in a pro lineup. Even most recently, Danny Howarth won his PCA Pro card, and I think it was the Netherlands.
Yeah, Venlo.
Yeah, and then he fucking killed that Alicante show as well. Like, really, really on. Like, I think he lost his class by like a point. And I think the guy that won his class...
He won his pro card.
Yeah,
yep.
So if you're 1 point off, you know what I mean? Like, that's PCA Pro standard. I think a lot of people are quite quick to dismiss that. But at the same time, we want to see what we can do. So those are my goals next year. Like, pretty high from just going from, like, I just want to make it to the stage at that point, like last year. And then this next year, it's going to be a case of, I want to be really fucking good. So those are my goals. Kez, you get the pro card now. We'll see.
I do. Yeah.
What's the goals now?
So my goal is to win a pro show. That's my goal. And I'd obviously then go to Worlds and do well. I'd say maybe a top 5, top 3 finish at Worlds would be pretty cool. But yeah, I really want to win a pro show. Not gonna lie, that would be really cool. It's funny because like every time I've kind of said I'll do something and set a goal for myself in a prep, I've kind of done it. That second season I said, like, okay, I didn't place in finals. Next season I want to win a British title. I did it. Next season I want to win a pro card, and I did it. And some people like say, oh, you're being delusional if you're saying this and all that sort of thing. Like, everything that I set myself is based on reality and what I truly believe I can achieve. So with the pro ranks at the WNBF, these are very muscular guys, like extremely big, which is where they beat me. Which is where they beat me in the last show. They're very, very like grainy as well in terms of their look. They have that mature muscle, which what's that? Yeah, a lot of them are, but a lot of them naturally have that like thin skin. like Josh Croggan, for example, he has like a very grainy look to him, whereas I'm a bit like more bubbly, I suppose, and a little bit of like a softer look. But so it just depends on what you like. But I know I need to get bigger. Cold hard truth. So yeah, man, that's what I'm doing. Just getting big, putting on some size. I know even at a pro level, there aren't many guys with my shape. Even at a pro level, with as small as waist as me, with as wide as clavicles, with the pop in the delts and the arms. So if I can bring that with the added size and obviously the posing as well, which I know I'll be one of the best posers in any lineup. Yeah, fingers crossed, man. I'll at least be competitive at the pro shows. Like that's what I really want. And then fingers crossed if all goes well, win one as well. I'll give a few other federations a go as well. I want to do a PCA show just to see how I do. Hopefully get a sword there. Who knows? And then I wanna give a Two Bros Natty show a go, just to see how I do. Just to see, like, who knows what can happen. But yeah, as I said, I just want to expose myself to like more federations and just see what's out there. And obviously, it's good for business as well when people see you and competing in loads of different shows. But just get that full athlete experience and just do as much as I can within the sport. Go to other countries, go to Asia. Yeah, man. So that's going to be super exciting for next year. But
we're going to need to clip all these up and have them for each of us. But right, this is what we've said it. Yeah. We've said it now.
And then they will clip like a Conor McGregor quote over it, saying like, when he's like, "You all laughed at me" or something like that.
Yeah, I've got one of those planned in my mind already for what I'm going to do.
Oh, I know this.
I sent you it, Cam. It was from the Rate My Physique pod, where I think I said in my physique, it was like last year, and Reese was just like, yeah, if you're going into if you're going into prep, like I wouldn't expect to win a show. Like you look okay, considering. And I remember screen recording it, and I just thought, this fucker, I'm gonna. I've still got it screen recorded. I thought, this fucker.
You know, when you do that hamstring press, you've got that blink in your
Listen, I kid you not. It's on my favourites for my camera roll.
Oh.
I've listened to it and watched it preset so many times because it gets me so like, oh, I'm gonna fucking go through something in a minute, and I use it for my sessions now. The fact that my prep I was meant to prep this year, but I've got another year at juniors for next season, so it's my last chance at juniors. So
make it count, man.
Yeah, Reese fit. There could be a reel coming. There's not, but we'll see.
Mate, we'll tag him in this. Reese is a villain, man.
Mate, AniGains Reese's number one ops at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm staying at his house soon as well, so you need to chill with it, otherwise I'll have to sleep on the fucking floor again. Yeah, no. Like, I think it is fucking cool. I say this as well. Like, if you don't have goals that, like, put that pressure on you, like, no, I guarantee you, if your goal next year was, like, I'm just going to turn up, like, have a bit of fun, training probably wouldn't be as hard as it is now. You know what I mean? Like, same thing with you, Kaz. I feel like if a pro win was going to be really easy for you, let's be honest, like, your foot probably wouldn't be that hard on the game.
Yep.
If I wanted to go up there, I'd probably just, like, if my goal was just for engagement, I would fucking just dial it. I would compete this year. I would just get lean.
Yeah, just do like a BPA show or something like that.
I might have to do that.
Yeah, no, are you going to do MPA?
Reese's fucking if he goes into a show, I wouldn't expect him to win or do well on a show. I was the only one that turned up in the class. Fucking came for it all. Yeah, one of those ones. AniGains fed.
Oh, you have to show up in cosplay.
Oh, remember that the Luffy physique one all that time ago?
Yeah,
fucking too right.
Skip all the women's categories because none of us have the balls to stand.
Scared of them.
Yeah, can't do that. Sorry, you win by default. If you're a girl, thank you for turning up. Right. Okay. On that note, in other bodybuilding news, there's a very cool show that just took place, and thank God we did not make any predictions on this because quite a lot of stuff happened within that show that I wouldn't have foretold seeing at all, and that is the Pittsburgh Pro show. Yeah, man, a lot of different stuff, bits and bobs happen. Obviously, we got the well, which class should we start with? Should we start with the open because we don't really.
Let's go. Yeah, let's do open.
Yeah.
So obviously, let's just get into the fucking nitty gritty, man. Every bodybuilder looked good, but there was a big, I don't want to say controversy, but a lot of people, myself included, believed that this cutie patootie on the screen right here, Mr. Nick Walker, I don't want to say he was robbed, but I think he should have won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement there. I think that side by side, I really liked whenever they came back in, just the two of them. I would have given it to Nick, but I also can understand on a certain things, like for one, like the way that Nick was going between his photos, like his belly was just hanging over his toes at some points. I get it, but I still think Nick should have won, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say. Here's the thing, bro.
Yeah.
If we're going off of bodybuilding,
So go for it, Cam.
If we're going off of bodybuilding criteria, right? In terms of objectively, Derek probably beats him in shape. In the individual poses, I'd give him the back double bicep. But when it comes to muscularity, when it comes to the level of condition as well,
Yeah.
Nick has him in both of those. You know, we're talking about stage presentation, we're talking about shape. Those things help, like, definitely, but, like, at the end of the day, in open bodybuilding, if we are not rewarding the guy who is the most muscular, is the most conditioned, you know, what are we fucking doing here? We'll pan over to Derek. Kez, I know you have a couple words to say.
Yeah, I personally, I'm a fan of Derek's shape. Like, obviously, for me as a men's physique boy, I'm more biased towards shape. So I love it when someone has like a small waist, wide lats, and a nice vacuum. And obviously Derek has that. He also has like a crazy side leg as well, and his glutes are like absolutely shredded and peeled. From the back, he probably has the best back double bicep in the world in terms of his thickness and width of his lats. But I agree with all the points you made. Nick is overall more muscular and more conditioned. And if it was a case of like, okay, it's going to be judged pose by pose, Nick would win. But with bodybuilding, it's also, as Noah mentioned, what happens in between in terms of the transitions as well. And as they posed and as they went on, Nick was like, yeah, he was gassing out. The minute that happens, you see that belly coming out and that midsection go, it massively just throws off the physique and it's super distracting. And it's actually the reason why Phil Heath lost the Olympia against Sean Roden in 2018, I think, just because he couldn't control his midsection and it was just like bloated and a bit of a bubble gut. So yeah, for the midsection is the center point of the physique, and it's for me, if you can't control it, it just kills it. So as you mentioned, I do get the people saying Nick should have won because physique-wise, probably a combination of things he probably should have, but I personally would have given it to Derek because of the midsection, but also because of my own biases as well. I'm going to say it's my own biases because I favour shape a little bit more. So yeah, I don't think it was a robbery like people are saying, but I can see why people would say Nick would win.
No, because objectively, right? Okay, first of all, the golden rule of thumb with bodybuilding, it's a subjective sport anyway. Humans are biased by nature, first of all, you know, even by going off of criteria. But second of all, like, those are all super valid points, and your overall stage presentation and shape will play a fucking huge role in it. And if, you know, things are close between you and somebody else and you can't hit your poses, if you say, you know what I mean, like, your shape starts going, if you start gassing out and you start losing lines in yourself, especially when you go for round after round of posing, you're going to find out, it's not who wants it more, but certain strengths start coming undone, certain weaknesses start coming up. And we are not seeing things from what the judges are seeing. We are seeing things from stage shots, you know, from at home. So whilst it can look like a rob, I think a lot of people are more just emotionally riled up, if anything, because I'm a big fan of Nick, man. Like I love Nick as an open bodybuilder, and I'm very sick of people just hating on fucking Nick because he's got a larger midsection. Like it's so stupid. Like so many people just dunk on him for that one reason, and you want to see the guy who works hard get given his flowers. But the New York Pro's coming up soon, and I reckon he'll probably be the king.
He'll win that.
Yeah.
He'll win that. Derek isn't doing that, so he'll win it.
Yeah, yeah, he'll get his flowers there. I think that's the thing. Everybody just wants to. The reason why it's a robbery is because it would have been huge to see Nick win this. It would have been huge for bodybuilding, Nice little splice up. And I feel like people can again get biased in their own emotions and draw to conclusions that aren't inherently true. There was one huge surprise. Mr. Brandon Hendrickson just skipping.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? Kez, what's I've not spoken to you about this, but I would really like to know your sort of thoughts and opinions on what the fuck happened with men's physique.
So, I mean, from the front, I actually thought he won. The front shot, I thought he had the best front shot in the show. Like, look at that, the detail in the midsection, how clean the lines are, the pop, everything's there from the front. But the problem is, when you turn to the back, it's just that back is just not comparable anyway to any of the other guys in the top four. Even I don't know, Vitor has a decent back. Edvan doesn't have a great back, but it was better than Brandon's, and it just kind of killed the physique, I'd say, from Brandon. So yeah, I mean, I think I could have seen him and Edvan maybe swapping places, maybe Edvan fourth, Brandon third, and I wouldn't have had a problem with it. But yeah, and this is crazy because Aaron Banks, he wasn't even on. From the front, he was actually a bit soft. He had like a film of water over his abs. He still won though, just because of his completeness from front to back. He definitely had by far the best back in that top four, and that's why he won. What's that? Sorry.
Not posted his actual back shot, which is really
yeah. I actually really liked Vitor. Vitor from the front looked crazy good. I don't know if you've got a routine of his further up or anything.
I am trying very hard to find something.
Further up.
What are we thinking of the shorts?
Yeah. Actually, this is what I want.
Yeah, this is another thing. I don't know what he was thinking with them shorts. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, they're rolling up on one side. They're like not even board shorts. They're like swim shorts.
They're genuinely swimming trunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just like completely distracting from the physique. I just don't know what he was thinking. I think that might have hurt him as well, honestly. I'm not saying he would have won or anything, but he might have cost him a placing, I think.
Yeah, I reckon if he was wearing a pair of Vazos, he probably would have been fine.
Yeah, definitely.
What the fuck happened? Like, most recently as well, there was another, I don't know if you saw this, Kez. There was a NPC competitor, like a natural dude, who was wearing a pair of Chulas, and they were like fucking riding up on his shit. He kind of got like he won the overall, but like it sparked a big controversy of like, okay, that's not criteria. You know what I mean? Like that's not. If the federation allows you to change that, that's what the division wants, then that's fine. But ultimately, like, you're trying to be competitive relative to criteria, right?
Yeah.
If they say just over the knee, wear them just over the knee. Like
has a riding half up them.
Don't get me wrong. I think Brandon's legs are fucking gas. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's got a nice set of wheels on him, but like,
just not symmetrical though. Like, it's not the look, obviously.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, just get a fucking pair of like division fitting if you're trying to win the show. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't really know what happened there, man. But
Kez is fucked off. It's saying he's gone.
Yep, Kez. Oh, so no, you're gonna have to carry hard now.
So you can see from Aaron here, the V taper from the front is really strong. That's about it. That's my men's physique knowledge.
There you go.
Done.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, like,
click the link in bio for posing coaching and physique coaching.
Yeah, so you guys are looking to do it. Yeah, no, but you can really see like one of Aaron's strongest points here, like, just his back. Like,
there's so much more to that than Brandon's.
Like, and I think a lot of people get it fucked up as well because, again, it comes into bias. A lot of people don't like Aaron Banks as an individual, and therefore they will say like, oh, he's a shit bodybuilder because he carries himself in a certain way. Like, no, like objectively, this is it, man. Like, in my opinion, like for what men's physique is and should be, is a version of Aaron Banks that is 100%.
So what do you have for him that's over Ali Bilal's?
Really, just the way that his physique flows, you know. I think, again, just through natural bias, I really just like his overall, just like structure comparatively to Ali Bilal's. I think I prefer the fact he has a longer torso. I'm a taller guy myself as well. I'm actually scaling back on something we spoke earlier. These are arguing who's the shortest. I'm the tallest. Like, it goes outside of that. Like, if you see Aaron Banks in a pair of clothes, like, the dude looks jacked, but he doesn't look like this.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what men's physique is. It's supposed to be, like, the most aesthetic looking category out of all of them. You know, like, guys that you can tell work out, but, like, are not like fucking Nick. I'm not like Hardy, you know what I mean? Like, these are aesthetic physiques. And, you know, I'd say Aaron, when he's on, that is it. That is,
it's
like,
interesting.
Wrong. Yeah, the best board shorts are actually Vaso. So,
can you boys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. No, you were just talking about Ali versus Aaron. That's quite interesting, actually, with their front shots. I feel like Ali has a bigger waist, but his front shot looks amazing. It's because of his abs and his detail and the way the lines, it flows with his, like, the way his lats tie into his waist and the lines, it just gives that illusion and it pops so much. And that's why he actually beats Aaron from the front in a lot of shows, just because of his detail and pop. Whereas Aaron, if he doesn't peak properly, he actually has a bit of like distension in his midsection. So on the side, it kind of like juts out a bit, which makes his waist look a bit bigger than what it should be.
Yeah.
I actually, in terms of the front shot, I prefer Corey Morris in that front pose. I love Corey Morris's physique. He's probably my favourite men's physique athlete, to be honest, in terms of his physique.
Which is very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think Corey Morris actually hits a front shot. I think he stands
side. Yeah. But the thing is, his physique in the front shot, the way it pops in terms of his fullness and how bubbly and round he is. And his proportions are just ridiculous, how small his waist is and how wide he is. It's just a personal bias. I love Corey Morris's physique.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually saw him at the Arnold's. He walked past us and, like, he's not, like, in person. Like, the shape is ridiculous, but he's not massive at all.
Yeah.
Like, he's really not that big. And, like, so when he walked past us, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, he just looked like a cartoon character just beelining down the hallway. It was, you know, like, again, like, I think that's what men's physique is or should be. But yeah, man, it's a shame about Brandon, honestly, because in terms of personality, Brandon is my favorite. Like,
Brandon's one of the OGs.
Yeah, man, he's one of the OGs. He's such a fucking nice dude as well. You know what I mean? So humble. Yeah, man. Do we want to speak on Classic?
I mean, Rough Diesel won. It was actually quite close. I think it was a split decision.
Jose Ma?
He's very young.
Yeah,
he's very young, and he's like 22 or something, I think. Yeah. He's like really young.
Yeah.
He's crazy. Have you seen how lean he is from the back, that Jose Ma?
Yeah.
He's crazy how shredded he is. Like, wait till you go to his back shot. He's very big, very muscular for a classic physique athlete.
I think he's like 23 years old. I think he's the same age as you.
Just wait for the back shot. Look at that, jeez. I don't think he is the most, let's say, classic though. I think
he's my favorite.
People like Rough Diesel, or even like, that's crazy. That's gnarly.
Yeah.
Look at that.
The bum.
Fucking hell.
Jesus
that's
Christ.
So peeled.
Yeah, you can't like look at this guy and be like, yeah, that's not exciting.
It is. I think there are more classic physiques though, if you know what I mean, in terms of the beautiful shape and everything. I feel like there are a few more.
This is like very freaky.
It's
like,
freaky, yeah. It's like, oh my days, this is insane.
Especially like the age bias as well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I agree. When he gets older. Oh, but speaking of young,
Anton.
Yeah, this is
This kid's, I think he's 19.
Yeah.
You know, average. You know what I mean? Average UK WBA Heart of England
Yeah.
teenager.
He beat Kaiki.
Yeah.
Kaiki
Yeah,
finished 7th, and he finished 6th.
Yeah. It's coached by Jack Eagles' coach. What's his name?
He's
Kyle.
not. Oh, Kyle. Oh, yeah. Is he coaching Jack Eagles now?
Yeah, Kyle.
Yeah, Jack's got a new
Jack
coach.
Eagles, yeah.
He coaches Nick Walker as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be pretty fun. I feel like if he just gets a little bit more density through his back, like, again, how fucking classic shaped this kid is like ridiculous. But again, that's probably, I think it's just a thing that comes with time. But like, I'm not going to look at him and like downslate him. I think this is the best teenager I've ever seen. Ever.
Mate, you've clearly not seen Noah Campbell, UKDFBA Northern 2022, 5th place teams. Come on. No, we should not. No. Let's not bother with that, please.
Yeah, man. So,
Cool.
I think that basically concludes everything from the Pittsburgh Pro. Quickly, shout out this lady.
What's she called?
It's
I've definitely
I don't
seen her
know
before.
Okay, she's got a lot of different names apparently.
Pit Power
yeah,
Fit.
Yeah, Pit Power Fit. You know what I mean? Shout out you. I know you probably sat at home thinking, like, wait, when are they going to mention me on the AniGains podcast? Here's a lucky opportunity. Yeah, fucking insane. Yeah, so with that, we do have another tab open. I don't know, do I have to pan to the next tab? Guys, I'm sorry, I'm so fucking shit at this. Yeah, there is one more tab directly next to the Pittsburgh Pro, which would be this one, obviously. And that's how you know that you can trust our opinion on the Pittsburgh Pro show. Because right next to it, we have the Crunchyroll Anime of the Year awards.
Only on AniGains you will get this.
Oh, yeah, that stark contrast. Like, right, no more bodybuilding. Let's talk about Japanese cartoons for another hour. And somehow me and Kez are going to argue harder about this.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, as you can see, there's a fair amount of categories, and we probably only care about half of them, I'd say. I think they've concluded the
voting.
The voting, yeah, we'll probably react to that once it's done. But we'll go through some of these categories because I'd quite like to. I voted personally. So the anime of the year, we have Dan Dan, Delicious in Dungeon, Free Ren, Kaiju number 8, fucking Solo Leveling, and the Apothecary Diaries. I've not heard of that. Crazy.
Should we do a vote each?
Okay, sure. Right, Kez, you're going to say Free Ren?
I am going to say Free Run. I think it's by far of these 6. Well, I've seen 3 of them. The best written show. It's the best in terms of how it's been reviewed, in terms of the ratings. And yeah, the feeling that I got from that, immediately I got attached to the world, the characters, the story, like from the get-go. And I can't say that about any of the other anime from this. And it's something that hasn't been done before in terms of telling a story where the main plot in terms of them defeating the big villain has already finished, and then it's them kind of dealing with their lives afterwards and then reliving those past memories. I think it's very original the way the story was told. And yeah, it's a beautiful story. So yeah, Free Run for me.
Yeah, I have a feeling that one will probably win.
I don't think it will. I think Solo Leveling will win. Because of how popular it is.
Oh,
it will because of how popular it is.
Solo Leveling wouldn't be my third choice here. You know what I mean? Like, genuinely, like, I really do agree with you with when it comes to Free Ren. I am biased towards Dan Dan, but the anime I enjoyed the most out of all of these was Delicious in Dungeon, honestly. I feel like that was the most unique show out of all of them. I've not seen an anime just, like, be an action story that's fully focused around being a cooking show, a hypothetical cooking show, while still exploring like this world and like this dungeon, and as they get deeper into the dungeon, as things get like more and more dangerous, it was like comedy. It just kept you on your feet the entire time. I did watch this in prep as well, so I'm heavily biased because Food Focus was just through the fucking roof. When they started,
Jesus.
yeah, when they started making like dragon steak, oh my, yeah. So for that reason, I think Delicious in Dungeon's going to take my vote. It'd be one that I'd be really happy if it won. Noah,
Well, as the avid viewers will know, I've not watched much. I've only watched one, and it has only been Solo Leveling, so I can literally only vote for that one.
Fair enough.
But the way that you two talk about Freerun makes it sound like it's good. But I've watched 3 episodes of Kaiju, 3 episodes of Dandadan, and Solo Leveling up until maybe like 2 months ago when I actually started to feel a little bit better. So I stopped. Maybe there's a connection between the two. But yeah, Solo Leveling probably mine, to be fair.
Fair enough.
okay. Well, moving on.
I feel like this is going to be a very common thing for me to say.
Should we skip this because I haven't seen any of these?
Oh, I've got to say the Haikyuu one. I've got to say Haikyuu.
Battle.
I've
Accurately named.
Huh?
I just said accurately named the dumpster battle. Yeah.
That's
No,
basically
go on,
that's basically this whole film of the year awards is the dumpster battle.
Yeah.
Mate, that was the first ever anime I went to go and see in a cinema, and it was the exact same demographic as you could probably imagine.
Oh.
But it was so good. I was hyped up to fuck. I'm pretty sure I watched the Momonoke. No, I've not. I'm thinking of Princess Momonoke,
Well, that's a
I
classic.
think. Yeah, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I've just seen the same word. No, I've only watched the Haikyuu one, so it's got to be that one.
Surprised Boy and the Heron's not here.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like that.
Was that
at
not
all.
the year before?
Yeah, that was 2 years.
Look-
No, that was last year.
Oh, I swear.
I think it was like Look at. Could you
Was,
look at, hold on, I'll look it up.
Was Suzune not last year?
Boy and the Heron was 2023.
Ah, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Some anime.
Fair
shit.
enough. Yeah, that won an Oscar. Jesus.
Yeah, no, it was a good ass movie. Good ass movie, man. Right, best continuing series: Bleach, Demon Slayer, My Hero,
One Piece.
One Piece, Oshinoko,
Oshinoko.
and Spy Family Season 2.
One Piece. Even after a 6-month hiatus.
Right.
One
So
Piece.
out of these, I've only seen the new Demon Slayer, and I can't vote for it because honestly, the first 3/4 of that arc, the Hashira training, was like literally
Yeah.
nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. It
Oh,
got
yeah.
good right at the end, but yeah, it was a complete waste of an arc in my opinion. So yeah,
I'm with you.
my vote is void for this one because I just can't even vote for that.
I'd probably say I'd have to agree with Noah for One Piece purely just because it's fucking stood the test of time. It's a reason they're still going. It's a reason it's still in the conversation. One Piece is really fucking good. I like Spy Family. I'm gonna say Spy Family for myself personally. If it was not, I know One Piece will win, but I enjoyed Spy Family the most. It made me want to start a family.
No.
Yeah, that's why it gets my vote.
I've heard the Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War was like really good.
I've also heard that. I've also heard that their outfits are quite hard. So we should probably get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best new series. Dan.
I'm gonna say the same again. They're all the same as
Yeah,
their
I've
best
probably seen the
series.
same.
Yeah.
So just skip that. It's the
best new
same.
series. Yeah, it's pretty much the same fucking shit. Best original anime. Okay.
Boys, have you
No, I've not
seen
seen
have
a
you seen
single
Ninja
one.
Kamui?
No, I've
No.
not seen any of
Mate,
these.
so this is quite infamous, this anime, because apparently, right, it started off and the action was like amazing in the first episode, like hand-drawn fights and everything, and then there were like these CG mecha fights, and it like completely killed it.
Oh, I've heard of this. Yeah.
So there's like a video. Have you seen Sylvanis on YouTube ever? They do like loads
rings
of
a bell.
they're like anime like comedy skits basically. And there's there's like a scene where he's finding a new anime to watch. He watches Ninja Kamui and he's like, this is amazing. So he calls his mate who's also into anime, comes over. The minute he comes in, it goes to the CG mecha fight. And it's basically the skit of it transferring to and from the good and bad animation every time he comes in. It's absolutely hilarious. But Ninja Kamui wouldn't win this, I don't think.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
I hate it when stuff like that happens. Studios get that because of hype and then crunch. You know what I mean? Like, they just put under just a time restrict, and they can only have like a certain amount of time to do things.
Yeah.
Best animation.
Ooh.
Solo leveling.
I think I'd probably, for me, lean into Demon Slayer. To be fair, I know the
end of Demon Slayer was
the
peak.
end of that last one was incredible. Like, yeah, I think that the last few episodes alone get it for me.
Maybe as a whole solo leveling though.
I was going to say, all the fights across solo leveling, like, that's why people watch the show, just for the fights. I feel like Demon Slayer, the animation is fucking spot on. But I would say the most hyped fight scene of the year has come about through solo leveling, through Sun Jin Woo fighting the ants, as opposed to
was it Beru? It was Beru, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I feel like that. I don't know if there is a category for best fight. Is there?
They completely ripped off the Chimera Ant arc, by the way, in that Jeju Island.
Yeah, they
best action. It'll probably be in that.
Best action. Yeah, sound. We can just go ahead and skip to best
character.
Yeah,
design.
Just to be fair, if we can just press next to the rest of them if we don't know. It's just the same things again and again, isn't it?
Best character design. I would say Demon Slayer. I quite like the Demon Slayer character design. Yeah. Should we go? I think there are a few now. Just go back to home, and then go to best main character. Down. Yeah.
Okay. Free Ren.
It's just the same fucking things over and over, isn't it?
I mean, I'm gonna go with Free Ren in terms of how.
I'm gonna go with Free Ren from Free Ren. Yeah.
I mean, if you're going by aura, obviously Sung Jin Woo, he's like the aura king, but he's a bit one-dimensional. Other than one scene in the entire series.
Yeah, I do like Okarun as well from Dandadan. I like him. I'm biased. I'm very, very biased. Best supporting character.
I'm gonna say Himmel from Free Run.
Yeah. I want to say Turbo Granny.
Yeah.
I want to go out just for the name. That's cold.
I fuck with Turbo Granny. She's genuinely she wants to steal Okarun's balls.
I did watch that bit.
Yeah, so that's got to be the best supporting character.
Must
we are skipping that.
And you're forging. Well, this is a good one.
You clip that. Kez said it, not me.
Wait, Otonoke.
Yeah. Otonoke beats.
Oh wait, no, Bling Bang Bang Bon is the Mashley season 2 one. That is peak.
Yeah, it's Mashley. I think it's so overrated.
No, it is peak. That is a peak OP.
Yeah,
I think it is Bling Bang Bon.
Yeah, that will win. I preferred this one.
Yeah,
this one got
really. That's the correct one.
Yeah, but that one will win. Best score.
What the fuck does score mean?
I guess
soundtrack. OST.
Probably Demon Slayer.
I don't know. I love the Free Run one because it's a bit more subtle and kind of like Lord of the Rings, but Solo Leveling does have some really good songs in it. To be fair.
Yeah, that's like.
Is it Dark Araya? It's the main one in the OST. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. Yeah. So
This is definitely Bling Bang Bong. Opening sequence. It definitely is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the best openings, best ending sequence.
I don't really remember any of these.
The one from Dan Dan.
Okay.
That best animation for sure. Best animation. But there's only been one, like, there's been a couple of anime endings that I actually stick around to watch. JoJo's Part 5, you'll understand when you see it.
What is in the ending? I love the Vinland Saga endings are good. Very good.
Oh yeah.
They've got some good songs.
Yeah. Best voice artist performance in Japanese. Best
dub.
Definitely don't know that one. Yeah, dub. We don't do dub. We don't do dub on the AniGains podcast. Is there any one that we've skipped?
If we go back to, did we do character design?
Yeah, we did that. We did that.
I
think that's it.
Best. What are like the romance?
We won't have seen a lot of these.
Fuck it.
Scott Pilgrim.
That one.
That, if you have not seen that, get on it, mate. It's sick.
No, I've not seen any of these, so I'm coming right up close. Best comedy.
Best comedy. Delicious and I've not seen that, but that should win. I think Delicious in Dungeon was funnier than Marshall. Just gonna say.
I haven't seen all of season 2 on Marshall, but I've seen season 1, and that was very funny.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess. I found anime comedy is quite hard, just because Eastern relative to Western, what we find funny. Best action. I think we do best action?
I think we've done this. Yeah, it's just the same.
Yeah,
like 6 over and over again.
Have you lot seen Mushoku Tensei yet?
No.
It's good. It's very controversial. Let's say this in terms of some of the themes in that anime. Basically,
in what regard?
What's that?
In what regard?
It's a 40-year-old gets hit by a truck and dies. Then he gets he gets sent to another world. He gets sent to another world, and he's basically like an otaku. He gets sent to another world, like a fantasy magic world. He gets reborn as a baby with all of his thoughts intact, and you can imagine what he does. Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
Oh man, that is that's the side of anime that, like, you know what I mean? Like when you're telling like your friends about it, like, oh no.
But the thing is,
that's the one.
The reason why this is so controversial is because it's become quite popular and mainstream, like relatively mainstream. Oh. So that's why it's a little bit more controversial.
Yeah, I don't like anime that try and be controversial for the sake of it. There was one show, I don't know if you boys remember. It's called Redo of a Healer.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Oh my fucking god. Like, this is like your sort of like PSA warning now. Like, if you're new to anime, don't bother. Just skip it, right? It's not creative, it's not fun. I don't know why that show got greenlit. Awful. And that got actually popular last year. Like, was it last year? I think, no, it was when I was fat. It was 2023. That's when that show blew up. And Jesus, no, I like shows that have something to offer, which I think we're going to see in like the next coming seasons of anime, with JJK season 3 dropping soon. That, mate, when the AniGains boys get back on the anime, now that training's good for all of us, now that the anime starts coming back, mate, that's going to be the peak AniGains.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm looking forward to Demon Slayer as well, the Infinity Castle.
I'm so gassed.
That's going to be peak.
I don't know. I've refused to read the manga. I was really tempted to start it because I was like, I want to see it, but no, I'm like, no, because I did it with JJK. I went and read the manga, but then with this, I was like, I'm gonna waiting for the animation. So I'm itching for it now. I'm excited to see what comes out next year. Whenever like we're all prepping as well. What will be our cardio watches?
Oh man,
we're gonna watch.
I'll still be on One Piece.
Yeah, you'll still be on One Piece. I'm gonna need something very, you know what I mean, something that like is very easy to understand, easy to digest. You know, like I've been incorporating. I've been rewatching Hunter x Hunter actually doing my cardio. It's the kind of first arc from that. That's nice and easy to follow. You know
The
what I
thing
mean?
is,
That makes
it's needed.
spin.
It's needed though in the story. You needed that to introduce the characters and
Yeah.
set the tone initially.
Yeah.
If you got into it with a deep, crazy plot
Mate,
straight
it's
away,
quick, yeah.
the latest seasons or the later arcs wouldn't have had the impact they did.
No, they wouldn't. And then at that point, like, if you're already throwing around like hard concepts to understand, and you don't know these characters, that's especially I'm like trying to do my fucking Stairmaster. I'm trying not to fall off.
Yeah, you
Tell
don't
me
need to
how,
think
like,
too much.
yeah, like just show me fighting. You know what I mean? Just show me funny man does the funny. That's what I want to see.
That's
You know?
fair, that's valid. I was
Yeah.
watching mukbangs on my cardio for prep.
That's
That
awful.
That's bad.
It was
That's
so
bad.
it was so useful because it genuinely it made me so just appreciate my mince and lettuce so much because it's like 30,000 calorie challenges where they're like trying not to throw up and I'm like, you know what? My mince and rice is gonna be so enjoyable after this. Like I'm not gonna feel like I just want to throw up everywhere.
So you're
This is amazing.
on the Stairmaster watching.
There's no
food.
way I would do that.
So when I was on so I've got a treadmill in my house, and what I would do is because I didn't have like a phone rest on it, so it's a different kind of setting. I just fucking wedge my phone in the cup holder, and I'd be on the treadmill doing my stuff like this, like looking side on, and it would be like 40 minutes of Eric the Electric, Beard Meets Beards, 45 minutes of cardio, sweating my cunt off. Yeah,
Yeah.
just watching these mukbangs, and it worked. So
I was like in prep. I think I was trying to get into like different hobbies and shit. You know, I was like researching like, you know, like how to like play like certain songs on like the guitar.
yeah,
Stuff like that just to like really take my mind off of it. Like, you know, there was like a big phase where we were gonna do like a big Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and like
that's fair.
fuck me, boys. I don't know if you've ever tried to play D&D.
No,
You don't have the time to think or comprehend anything else because there's so much going on. Like, fuck me, like food focus will just drop in the bin. Like,
prep makes you do that though. Like you'll pick up random things. That's how I started learning Japanese. I
yeah,
started learning in prep because I was like, I need something to not think about food. All right,
yeah,
fuck it. I'll just pick up Japanese, and now like you can use that. I started online coaching in prep. I was like, oh, this will be a
yeah,
distraction, and both of those things are now like half my
yeah,
fucking gig. So
Yeah, I think being busy massively helps in
yeah,
prep. Like for me last year, I had zero food focus just because I was all my free time was occupied with posing. Like I didn't really have much time to think about much else. I might have watched the odd anime episode here and there, but that was it. Other than that, I had no time to think about food. I was just like prepare my meals, eat what I have to eat, and that's it. I think that's the way you should be in prep. Really, like you shouldn't be fixating or what do I want to eat or I'm gonna have this, and this after my show. Like you see these people
yeah,
like making lists of what they're gonna eat. I'm like,
I made a list of 50 things that I was going to eat
and
post
that's all
prep.
like, nah. At that point, you're not really an athlete. You're more just someone who's competing who wants to eat after. And like for me,
Mate, I was unemployed,
yeah,
19 years old, and was like, this was like my first ever diet ever. Pulled off like 45 pounds in 16 weeks. Like it was just a case of fucking get the weight off.
yeah,
But it's one of those ones where, as much as I was really food focused, I was never tempted to do it when I was in prep because I knew all I want to do is step on that stage and see how I am. At no point when I was surrounded by the food did the thought ever come into my mind, oh, I
yeah.
could just have it.
yeah,
I could just
yeah.
I
like
mean, sorry, no, go on, kids.
No, I was gonna say, how often do you see people at shows and you say, "How you feeling?" I'm like, and then they're like, "Yeah, I just want to get it over and done with and eat now." I'm like, you
yeah,
what?
it's
Are you
mental.
crazy? Like, you've still got to do something. You've still got to go on that stage, pose, and do your best. I just
Yeah,
I never understood people like that, and I'm like, I'm looking forward to competing. I'm looking forward to stepping
yeah.
on stage, doing my hard work, and presenting my best. I'm not thinking about food whatsoever when I compete. You can worry
To
about
be
that.
honest, guys, I think a lot of people say that because they're nervous. A lot of people they're like trying to dismiss the fucking nerve-wracking thing of like, oh, I'm trying to get up here. I'm gonna have to stand
Mm.
next to that big fucker, and they're trying to like downplay it, be like, oh well, I've made it here, that's good enough, and they're using like the whole food thing as like a comfort tactic to like brush over the fact that they're gonna have to stand next to somebody who's probably dug a lot harder than them in terms of condition, has a lot more muscle. I don't know. That's how I perceive it anyway. When somebody says that, I'm like, okay, you're not confident in yourself. So,
Yeah. It's part of it. I don't know. Maybe they just don't attach the same importance to it as you do, maybe, in terms of like wanting to do well and wanting to bring your best. And I said, like, the more I've gotten into working with people who are competing, the more you realize like people are doing it for different reasons. Not everyone wants to be the best or win necessarily. Some people just want to do it for the sake of competing on stage. Like, I'm going to be honest, like, I went to the WMBF seminar. There were people there who they're not ready. Like, they're not ready and they're not going to be ready for the show, like, honestly speaking. And then when you're speaking to them, they ask me, like, okay, do you think do you think I should compete? Do you think I should do the show? And I say, well, what do you want to achieve from it? Do you want to do it to win, or do you want to do it to prove something to yourself, or do it for the sake of stepping on stage and, I don't know, building your confidence? And if they say that, then I'm like, go for it. Like, who am I to stop you from doing it? If that's something you want to do and that's something that's part of your journey, then that's fine. And that's something that I've realized a lot more. Like, before I was like, if you're not gonna do it to like smoke everyone, then why would you do it? And it's not the case really for a lot of people. So yeah, it's just having that understanding really. But for me, I want everyone to want to do their best. Like, that's the main thing, regardless of whether you think you're gonna win or not. That's the main thing. I don't know what you guys think.
I think that kind of touches on something that Noah said earlier with the whole thing of like, whatever your coping mechanisms are fine. Like, like Noah, if I had a client, let's say, like doing what you're doing, but like didn't binge once, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Because there's a big difference between kind of where your ideas are at and the physique that you're bringing. Like, whatever helps you do whatever. There's things I would advise against. Like using retail therapy, for example. Like, I personally, I wouldn't be like, oh, bro, you probably don't need to spend $1,000 on clothes that probably aren't going to fit you in like 4 months' time. But like, if that helps you, that's fine. As opposed to other guys who are saying that they're going to want to do something and the actions are just not following that. Like, you're not doing your cardio, you're not actually sticking to your plan, you're letting multiple things go unaccounted for. You're lying to yourself and your coach. Like, that is the only person who I take an issue with and say, no, you shouldn't compete. Because at that point, like, what are you doing it for? Like, I really can't comprehend it. Like, I don't know. You're trying to prove something at that point, I feel like, to other people who don't really care. So that's my only sort of take on it.
Yeah, I feel like where my prep went, it was probably like I was 19. I was very, very immature. And there's things that probably weren't as optimal. Like, probably not the best for my food focus watching fucking mukbangs, but it did help at the time. And also the fact that what I did do, it worked for me. Like, it's not something that's going to work for everyone, but it worked for me. I got on stage and I brought a look that at the time I was very proud of. And considering where I was in like 16 weeks, like, it was a pretty big fucking change. So now that I know a lot more, like, I remember I didn't know what being flat meant. I didn't know what being fatigued meant. Like, I didn't actually know a single fucking buzzword. I just enjoyed training, enjoyed looking better, and doing it for myself. That was the main thing. And where I had that food focus, it was never the case of, yeah, I'm just gonna do it and not fucking say. Like, that was never the case.
Yeah.
So I feel like there is people out there that will be saying they want to do X, Y, Z, but then will have those pillars that you need to make sure you're nailing. They'll just neglect them, and they'll maybe fall into other things, and they'll speak a game, but they'll do the complete other side. It's mental to me. Like, the amount of, I think as a coach, it's opened my eyes as well. Like, the amount of people that will talk a fucking good game, but will do absolutely nothing
people.
when it comes towards actually realizing, oh shit, it's not just gonna fall in my lap. I need to put some work in. Like, I've had multiple people who will start up, then leave straight away because they're like, holy shit, there's a lot more to this than I initially thought. I thought it was lift weight, get big, step on stage, win everything, cool. That's not the case. Like, there is so much more to this game than people realize in terms of dedication, hard work. So there is sacrifices that have to be made at points. And some people, it's not for everyone, and that's absolutely fine. But if you're going to talk a fucking good game and you're going to say how you're going to do X, Y, Z and nothing's going to stop you, stop acting like Billy Big Bollocks and actually let your behaviours, your actions speak for themselves, because you just make yourself look like a prick.
Yeah.
I'll just say it like that.
Yeah. Kez, you need to clip that. I was fucking bro spat some game there.
I was just, I mean, I'm getting some fucking gas out just now.
Yeah. No, it's so fucking true though. I mean, I even see it from like actual coaches, and what I think is quite cool, actually, to tie everything together. What we were saying earlier is that like you want to lead from the front. You know what I mean? Like I see coaches like promoting doing shit that they haven't done themselves. They've not stuck to their diet 100% through a prep, and then they're coming out here and they're saying, "Oh no, you shouldn't do this." Bro, you do the same shit. That's hypocritical. Lead by example. Put all your effort into your sessions. Don't just view yourself as being a coach. You're a fucking athlete as well. It is a privilege to be in to be in a position of being a coach, let alone, have the ability to be an athlete on top of that. Fucking stick to your word. It's not hard. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you have other external things that come up and, hinder that process and make the process completely unmanageable, that's a little different. But those cases are very, very far and few in between. You are in control of the food that you put in your body. You are, as an adult, in control of your own time management, how you decide to do something. And then at the end of the day, if it matters to you, you will find time for it. So, yeah, man, it's pretty much the same shit, man.
Agreed.
There we go, boys.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We're just finishing on a big fucking rant.
Yeah, the AniGains boys, after speaking to each other for the best part of 3 hours.
Just filled with hatred now.
Yeah, of which you only got to watch 1 hour and 15. Yes. Boys, I'll be honest, you would have loved the fucking first hour of the podcast where we just sat here shooting the shit. I do think that we should just start recording immediately. I
think we could maybe do the stuff before, not the stuff afterwards. I think AniGames After Dark is...
Yeah. I think when we've we've warmed up a bit, I think there's some
there's some things that need to be discussed.
Mushoku Tensei season 3.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna speak about, guys. So right. Okay, on that note, gentlemen, and the several girls that also listen to the show, we really appreciate every single one of you. Links for everything will be in the bio. It's a fucking pleasure as always. Boys, anything else you want to say?
If you're wanting the best supplements, you can use code NOAH10 at Pitstop Nutrition. And obviously online coaching spaces in the link below. But yeah, that's it, Qais.
Yep. If you're competing in men's physique, you want to present your best physique, show your best presentation, holler at your boy to get your posing on point. Noah's got some cuddly toys with him. And then if you want some fresh garms, chosen for you, Qais 10. Come.
So, boys, and also the several girls that are watching, we have
several
coaching spots available. The link will be in the description. Looking to get you guys fucking sexy for this summer. Also, the Anabolic Apparel Summer Sale is now live. So if you're looking for some of the dopest garms in the game, use code CAMS10 at the checkout. No, it's just CAMS. Use code CAMS at the checkout. You know what I mean? That is going to save you a further 10% off of everything else that's on the site. So Don't be fucking silly. Get yourself some garms. Be sexy this summer. Get in shape this summer. And, yeah, get at the other boys for everything else as well. They're legit. If they weren't, we wouldn't be doing a podcast together. And, yeah, man, that's it. We'll catch you boys in the next one. And the girls.
See ya.
Bye-bye.